All right, welcome to the Airport Road Podcast, presented by Tonique Media and sponsored by Avid Apparel. So, here's the deal: we had a podcast that we filmed yesterday. Actually, it was about almost 2 hours long, and we had some technical difficulties. None of the audio was picked up.
Except for mine, I'll take the blame for that. I don't know what happened.
That's okay.
Switching over to remote has been horrible, dude. Yeah, I'm not great with all this stuff. It sucked, but oh well. Like you said, we're here. Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
No, it's totally okay. Let me put my phone on silent. I apologize for that. Anyway, so let's dive into it, AJ. So we're gonna try to condense that 2 hour long episode as quick as we can, real quick. A nice little cheers, sponsored by beer in general. So yeah. So here we go. Let's talk about easy subject, the NFL. What happened today? It's Sunday, by the way. This episode is coming out tomorrow. AJ's Colts won, and a exciting game. Let's dissect. Let's dissect it.
Okay, let's dissect it. Right?
Yeah.
That was the most stressful game I've watched in years. I'm not even joking. So we went down 28-14 at the half. Stupid pass interference call. Horrible. Whatever. We came out. The Packers only had 4 offensive plays in the third quarter. We came out like firing. Put us in a position to win. We were up. We tied the game 28-28. Then we were able to after we kicked the field goal to tie it on the kickoff return, we caused the fumble. Then we kicked another field goal, 31-28. We were up. We got the ball back because the Packers went for it on fourth down and failed. So we got the ball back with like a minute. It was like less than 2 minutes, right? Or no, we had the ball back with less than 2 minutes. They had 3 timeouts. Dude, I shit you not. There was a string of plays where there was 7 consecutive plays where there was a penalty. It was horrible. It was like we had 1st and 10, then it went to 1st and 5, then it went to 1st and 10 again, then 1st and 20. It was like third and like 30. We almost picked it up. It was like 4th and 4. We go for it, get it. Then we're backed up all the way again, 3rd and 30 again, dude. We had consecutive 3rd and 30s. It was horrible. Worst string of penalties I've ever seen in my entire life. Anyway, goes to overtime because Aaron Rodgers obviously gets the ball, does what he does. Goes to overtime, and they get the ball first, and it's Aaron Rodgers, so I'm already not looking good. But Marquez Valdez-Scantling, that bastard, cheers to him, fumbled the ball. We got the ball.
Okay.
Hot Rod kicked it. That's it, man. 7-3 on the season.
Hey, congrats. Cheers.
Thanks, man.
Congrats. Scantling, yeah.
Well, it's funny because on that last drive to win the game, it was 3rd and 5. Did you see that? It was 3rd and 5.
I did not.
It was 3rd and 5. Aaron Rodgers was backed up in the end zone, and he just threw it up to Valdez-Scantling, and he got up and he just started Justin Blackman, the Colts safety, missed it, barely missed it, so he got up and flexed on him, and then it was the safety that caused the fumble against Valdez-Scantling to win the game. So
it's a little bit of revenge there, huh?
I mean, you'd be a cocky bastard, dude. That's what happens to you, It was a good game, dude, and it was stressful. It was a good day though.
So you guys leading the AFC what?
AFC South.
South.
We're tied with the Titans. Well, we're first because we beat them last week. So we're technically first. We have the same record. But the AFC's tough, dude. The teams that are just outside the playoffs right now, even outside the wild cards, still have 7 wins. Actually, I don't think there's a 7-win team out, but it's crazy, man.
I think the Patriots are done.
I think they've been done, dude, to be honest with you.
We had a shot. Okay. Let's dissect my game a little bit.
Let's dissect it.
The Patriots. Patriots are playing the Texans, who are also in the AFC South. They're one of the worst teams. Yeah, they're one of the worst teams. Okay, Patriots are coming off a hot win against a very stacked Ravens team. However, the Ravens did lose to the Titans today. But here's the deal. The Patriots are kind of in a weird awkward teenage phase with Cam Newton. Like they're coming off of 2 wins, of course. Once against the Jets. I don't even think that counts. But
Can't count it.
the thing is, we're doing good. We're driving the ball down, but Cam Newton just could not extend the plays. Deshaun Watson has shown his age. He's shown that he's still young. He's in his prime, and he's bouncing all over the pocket. We can't stop him. We can't contain him. And Cam Newton, who used to have that ability, does not have that anymore. It was sad to see.
But
So,
I mean,
even though Deshaun Watson's now kind of a veteran, it was just seeing those two discrepancies of like youth at a mobile quarterback and the backside of that. So it was depressing to watch. I was very sad, and I think my season is totally done. However, in fantasy, I won in all my leagues. I don't know how you did.
I think I have a chance to win in 2 out of 3. One of them I know. Unless the Chiefs' defense right now puts up like 35 points, I don't think I'll win. I mean, I don't want to get too much into it because I know we got other topics to hit, but do you think Cam Newton's the reason why they're not playing well this year?
100%, man.
Really?
100%.
Because
Tom Brady, if they had Tom Brady, it'd be a whole different ballgame.
But Tom Brady had weapons. Even last year, when his weapons were like kind of shit, he didn't have that good of a year last year. Look how he finished.
Shoot.
Statistically, he did not have a good year.
Tom Brady never
God.
has. Okay, that's a whole other thing we can talk about. Dive into that.
I'm just saying.
I'm talking about that.
Zamir Bird is your number one receiver. Like, they got no receivers. They got no tight ends. Their offensive line's not great. Isaiah Wynn got hurt today, right? Like,
Yes.
I just don't think Cam has enough around him. Yeah, I think he's shown enough. Now, I don't think he'll be the quarterback for the Patriots next year. You know,
there's no doubt. Unless he can turn it around and win out and go 10-6 and make the playoffs, there's no way.
but the thing is,
The only thing I see this happening is when we go to the playoffs is if they win out in the division, which I think there's a very firm possibility.
I don't know, man. The NFL is weird this year. Like you just said, the Ravens just lost to the Titans. The Titans just lost to the Ravens. I mean, the Titans just lost to the Colts. The Colts had just lost to the Ravens. Like, it's, the Colts lost to the Browns, lost to the Ravens. It's weird. It's all over the place. It's up in there. But I think at this point, the Patriots are doing themselves a disservice. Like, get the worst record you can and just load up and get a quarterback. There's so many good quarterbacks in this draft class.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could even get a good quarterback in like the 15 to 20 range. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. NBA and the NBA, we've had some people sign some contracts with some teams. Myself, as a Celtics fan, Gordon Hayward signed with the Hornets. We saw LaMelo Ball come out and get selected number 3. We kind of went into, in the last podcast, we talked about that. Why LaMelo went 3. Obviously, we looked at the Timberwolves and Golden State and how they both have 2 point guards that they don't need to really fill that position. What else? In sports, golf, NASCAR.
Don't watch either of those, so I don't even want to touch those. Basketball has just been huge. We kind of talked about these contracts that are getting thrown out. Kind of stupid, but is what it is, dude. The NBA is just a different ball game. You could be average and get a good contract. I guess the big thing today that we didn't even get a chance to talk about yesterday was, did you see Marc Gasol signed with the Lakers?
I did, yeah.
So that's like, I think I saw something that this the first brothers duo to play for the Lakers franchise. Which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
I think Marc Gasol is super past his prime, but it's interesting to see what he could do. Yeah, I mean, he's just going to be depth at this point. But, sports is NFL. Dude, the Colts won. It's a good day. This is my happy face. It's my excited voice.
Yeah, I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy for you. Now let's dive into some culture. We talked a bit about culture, and we talked about video game culture. The PS5 just came out. Me and AJ had been trying.
We missed the fucking thing for Best Buy today.
Did we really? It was today?
That's what we talked about in the podcast. They're doing one. Son of a bitch, dude.
Okay. Me and AJ had gone through multiple stages of PS5 releases on the Walmart website. Every time we would get the PS5 inside of our cart, the website would crash. It was awful. So, yes. And we kind of touched on why we play video games. The reason why I play video games is because now as you get older, there's less time to kind of socialize with your friends and colleagues who you've kind of like grown up with and had these life experiences with now because you're just bogged down with work or, relationships or anything like that, and families and stuff that you run into as you get older. So one of the reasons why I like to is because we can just take a little bit of time out of each day and just kind of like shoot the shit and just play with each other.
Just kick it with
Not
the
like
boys.
kick it with the boys. But yeah, AJ, go ahead. Not play with each other that way. I think you guys know what I mean.
I'm confused on what you're trying to say. Anyway, no, I had just kind of touched on I have a hard time playing like first person games. Like I usually only play online games. Right now, we got into Minecraft, we got sucked in, we got sucked into Among Us, we're playing Call of Duty now, which I wasn't even expecting to buy until like the day of. I wasn't planning on it. Madden, we play Madden heavy. I just like to play games I can play online. Like now, it's probably been a couple years that since I've been able to just sit down and play a game by myself, like I can't really play by myself. Like I need to be playing with somebody. So that's more so what it's about with me. I mean, kind of like what you touched on. It's a good way to stay in touch. It's a way to hang out with your friends, essentially. I always think it's better that we're staying at home playing games rather than going out drinking, going downtown. I think it's a good. I think it's a good alternative.
Yeah, going downtown and getting wasted doesn't even seem like a good option anymore. It's just so overrated.
I've never really been. That's never really been my thing. But I'm just saying it's a better outlet. Like some people, I think we kind of talked about. I brought up how this, the video game culture. A lot of people still see it as like a little kid culture. You know what I mean? Like video games are for kids. I just think that's so stupid.
Yeah, if our fathers pushed us to play video games, we could be making millions right now.
Those bastards, they did us a disservice.
I know, right?
I could be the ninja right now.
You could be the ninja, the brown ninja, dude. But like that's the thing, man. It's like they come from a totally different generation. They come from a generation where they used to play in arcades and shit. But they
that there's parents that do like push their kids to play video games. I remember reading, this has already probably been a couple of years, but I remember reading an article that there are parents that are paying to get their kids like video game tutors. Like no joke.
Wow.
On how to teach them, because you can get scholarships and stuff at colleges. I mean, esports is like a recognized sport essentially now. So there are people. I mean, if you had a kid, would you pay him to get a tutor?
Video games? I don't think so, because video games are fun to play.
Yeah.
Like if they're having a hard time in math or English, those suck. Those subjects suck. You don't want to do homework. Video games, I don't know, for me personally, was like always a thing I would look forward to after school.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of it is just I don't know if I'd get them a tutor. I'd just play with them and be like, dude, this is how you fucking do it, man.
That
watch the master.
Poor kid would be more screwed than before. I've seen you play with him. No, I could never. I think that'd be such a waste of money. Like I get it. Like I just couldn't.
If you're talking about us playing, dude, think about my Madden record compared to yours. All right.
Let me see the receipts. You can't prove shit.
Anyway, sorry to cut you off.
No, I was just gonna say I would never pay for that. That is so stupid, in my opinion. I get it. Like that's kind of the thing. Maybe going forward. I mean, I don't know if you saw, like esports games are. I mean, they're gonna be a recognized Olympic sport pretty soon, right? I think.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the Pro Bowl this year is being replaced by the people that were selected by the Pro Bowl playing in a Madden tournament.
Yeah, I saw that.
So I mean that's kind of what we're moving towards, especially with all this COVID shit going on. It just makes it more prevalent. But yeah, it's still funny to me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
We'll see.
crazy. Yeah,
but
man,
we've had no luck getting that PlayStation 5. I've almost given up at this point.
yeah, it's ridiculous.
Do you think that the demand is just that high, or do you think that Sony just did not make enough product?
I think the demand is incredibly high.
I don't remember it being this bad for any of the consoles.
It was bad. It was bad the last launch for the PS4.
Maybe it's because my grandma bought that one for me, so she was dealing with these lines and shit, and I didn't have to deal with it myself. It's probably
Yeah, totally. So I waited in the cold. I waited in line my freshman year of college just to get that PS4. And that was like after 2 months it had been released.
You were still waiting in line. I've at this point, like, I'm not gonna get one until you get one because then it'd be pointless. Like I said, I'm just gonna play by myself, you know.
Yeah.
But well, it's a good segue, and you know, playing a lot of video games now that we got some more COVID lockdowns, right?
Yeah, we've been playing a lot of Call of Duty Black Ops.
Nope.
We talked
Cold War.
Cold War. My bad. Isn't it Black Ops 4?
Nope. There's already Black Ops 4 came out a couple of years ago. It might be Black Ops now that I think about it. You might be right.
Yeah,
I can't keep up.
It's got the same character from Black Ops 1.
Ronald
The guy with the
Reagan?
bandana. No.
No.
Bandana. Yeah, it's one thing our boy Malambo was talking about. He was in our last podcast about Ronald Reagan doing the correct pronouns of your character.
It's very PC.
Like,
very progressive.
PC.
I like that.
Even though Ronald Reagan was,
He was very
not that
PC.
type of dude. Yeah,
Man.
but let's talk about some. What else did we touch up on?
Talked about COVID restrictions. I know we kind of Malumbo's from LA, so we talked about Gavin Newsom a little bit, as well as kind of what we're dealing with here. New Mexico is on its third statewide lockdown. I know last I heard, or last I checked, it was us and I think it was Washington were the only two states that issued more lockdowns. But it sucks, man. This one right now, it's only 2 weeks long. But if it lasts longer, it's gonna be it's gonna suck. It really will. You know, I'm already worried with Thanksgiving being this week and then Christmas. I already know people are gonna, like, my family's still doing something, but I'm not gonna go. You know, but I just already know so many people are gonna be stupid.
Yeah.
There's gonna be another crazy spikes.
Yeah, there's going to be some more crazy spikes, and we'll see what happens. That's pretty terrifying. And I know Stefan, our political editor, he was on the last podcast as well, and he was also on the podcast before that.
Mm-hmm.
He says Denver is in their third lockdown too, right? If I'm not mistaken.
I don't remember. That was the point of the podcast where I cut out.
Yeah, so here's the thing. All of us are in blue states, California, Colorado, New Mexico, where they're acting with a more affirmative action to take all precautions on limiting the exposure to COVID. And that's the thing, like, you know, we're all okay with those precautions being taken. We want people to be safe. And kind of touched on the political climate on how Biden already had a call to action dealing with COVID. So we'll see what happens.
I'm a little hopeful. It just blows my mind that we're in like going into the 9th month of this shit, and we've only had one relief package come out.
Yeah, right.
It blows my mind, dude. This is ridiculous. Like, we've been so fucked and like just completely disregarded and let down. Like if you look at these other countries, I think I saw something that Germany is giving their citizens like upward of $7,000 a month. Still to this day, we get an additional $600 a week, which that was helpful to a lot of Americans. But that ended. That was already 4 or 5 months ago. That thing ended. Like right now, it varies from state to state, but right now where we're at, that's only $300 a week essentially, which is not livable for a lot of people.
Right.
And there's really not a lot of places hiring because the unemployment rate is still so high. It's just hard for people to find jobs because everybody's trying to find jobs at this point, which sucks. Really sucks.
So we'll see what happens in the foreseeable future. I don't see an end to this in sight for a while.
Well, we did get.
And it's crazy. It's crazy because when I was in Vegas in March, that's when it was starting to become like on the news, and headlines everywhere. So it was wild. We had to come back from Vegas a day early, and it was just crazy. And now it's about to be December.
It's wild. Around the corner. I remember when they were talking about how the first lockdown would last till like the end of June, and I was like, "There's no fucking way it's gonna last that long." And here we are. It sucks, dude. It's so depressing, but can't do anything about it except for stay safe. Do you got plans for Thanksgiving?
I think we're just gonna chill out and just hang. Yeah, I was thinking about going down to Roswell, but we'll see.
That's smart, man.
I haven't seen my parents in a very long time, and
I assume your parents they seem like the type to be like they're being safe and smart with things for this, right? Is that a good assumption? I'll be honest, like my dad's not. He tries to be, but shit, he's not.
Yeah. No, my mother works in the healthcare field,
so she's on top of it. She sees it. Yeah. That's good, man. Yeah,
cool.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it. Like we said, subscribe to the YouTube channel and subscribe to our newsletter. Make sure to check out Tonique at lawtonique.news. Check up on articles that are coming out daily from our culture, political, and our sports department. We got some cool stuff going out.
I was just gonna say, like, again, I just want to apologize for the abbreviated episode. Like, we had such a good conversation with a couple of our writers. We're still trying to get our footing now that we had to move to, remote filming.
Yeah, we're not experts on technology, so sometimes how many lost episodes have we had now?
That was the second. 4? No, that was the second. Third? Too many. So yeah, make sure to subscribe to everything. I'll do the plug for Jake. Follow Avid Apparel at avxd.apparel on their Instagram page. Of course, we'll throw the sponsor up right here where the Simply spot is at, and or where Asia is at, whatever we feel like. So that's basically it. And shout out to Malombo, Stefan, and Jake. Thank you for shooting that last episode with us. We'll get them
Sorry that couldn't go up. We'll get them on next week. So thanks, and be out. Peace.